don't know what just happened. My stream went down for some reason. Sorry about that. No idea why that happened. Yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of times there are scams that people will run to draw people into their Sims. They offer to pay them lindens for doing things, but they very rarely actually get paid. Or if they do, it's like a really, really small, negligible amount. Right now, I'm actually walking my avatar around, which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. If you're ever gonna, oh my god, seriously? If you're ever gonna truly explore on a sim, what you want to do is just park your ass nearby, and then use the camera controls to explore, because you can do the coolest things with the camera controls. Like, for example, this is one of my favorite tricks. You focus on a structure, and then you just use the pan skills to rotate around into the structure, and then you can actually see what's going on inside, if there's actually anything inside. In this case, this whole building is just a fake facade, so there's nothing to see in there. But otherwise, in a matter of seconds, you can explore an entire area in excruciating detail. It's like you're a tiny little mosquito or something that can just fly up. Like I can get right up in this guy's nose and look at his nose hairs if I want to. Like, check that out. It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's a massive security hole if you think about it. Just want to check and make sure I'm actually live streaming. Wow, the health is not good on this stream. Maybe that's why it was choking. Could be one of these other. I'm gonna exit my other programs since they might have been using up bandwidth. Sorry about that if that was the case. But yeah, it's a massive security hole because, I mean, there's like no privacy at all in Second Life, pretty much. Except for if you have a private sim and you set the permissions so that people can't stay on your sim. That's a limited level of security. However, like, even that is super ineffectual. You know, it just occurred to me, maybe Second Life is using so much bandwidth to display and render and stuff that it's competing with my streaming bandwidth, which is kind of critical for streaming. So it may be that I'm actually prevented from live streaming Second Life, which would be kind of sad. But anyway, I'm getting really distracted. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can sit up. Yeah, anyway, so it looks like most of these people are actually real, which is kind of cool. It's a sort of sketchy avatar. These are all kind of sketchy. This almost looks like an age play sim, which is creepy as fuck. She actually looks like an adult, so that's good at least. Yeah, and I just can't focus. I'm like full ADHD right now. Okay. Back to the map. So yeah, I kind of covered this little issue here with the cluster of avatars. Another thing, like, honestly, there's a good reason to avoid these sims, and that's just because they are oversaturated with avatars, and they're popular for whatever reason. I'm a lot more interested in the sort of unseen areas of Second Life, you know, Sims where there are no avatars, because there's also a chance that there's going to be something really interesting there. Pretty much the only thing that you can tell about a sim just from the world map is like the name of the sim, which can give you some clues. And once you teleport there, you can inspect the sim more closely. The fact that this has an eye with a blue circle around it, that's an info hub, so that's like an official sim of some sort. A lot of the sims that you find out in the middle of nowhere will be either like corporate sims or Second Life owned sims that, you know, are part of the game's infrastructure. So you really kind of do have to do a little bit of digging to find the sort of diamonds in the rough, you might say. When I do this, I pick a totally random sim. This is kind of cool. I just want to point this out. You can create like a big mega prim and then put a texture on it that floats above your sim, and then when people are looking on the world map, they see the image. Just kind of a hack that's been used for a really long time for people to get attention to their sim. Like sometimes they'll have messages, especially in the mainland, like yeah, like see this for rent. Usually they're a little more creative than that. Timeless creations, a lot of branding. It's just like random glyphs that people like. Look at this giant one. That's like, what is that? 1, 2, 3. That's like 9 Sims worth of stuff. That's crazy. Who knows what that is? Yeah, lots of geometric designs. Here's an info hub of some sort. I don't know if I've ever been to Epiphany info hubs, but this is a new one, I think, since the last time I was logged in. Yeah, my stream health's a little bit better. Sorry for the crap recording. It's probably painful to watch. This looks like some kind of winter themed sim. Sims with, oh, it's like a church. Weird. Yes, there. I wanted to mention that some of the places in Second Life that have info hubs are not always Linden Labs, which is the maker of Second Life, owned. Sometimes they're independently owned, but then Linden Labs puts an info hub there for whatever reason. It's kind of like a partnership of some sort. I don't really understand all the legal complexity there, but yeah, kind of interesting. So this is some kind of a church, maybe a non-profit. Maybe that's why they have an info hub on here. Kind of interesting. Let's see where the actual info hub is, though. Oh, I'm like right on it, but I don't see it. Hey, yeah, please. Okay, so yeah, more distractions. This is my style. Insanity. Hope you like it. Insanity and mental illness. That's how I roll. Anytime you see a cluster of Sims together, that's usually an indication that one person owns all those Sims. This is a really cool looking info hub. Yet another one that I don't remember ever going to. I think this one's new also. Nice, a tropical island. Uh-oh, gotta turn that off. Actually, what I want to do is just turn off the music. There we go. Yeah, because unfortunately, if any music plays through, my video will get flagged for copyright. It's just so irritating, so I have to turn that off. This is a beautiful info hub. This might be one of my favorite info hubs of all time. These nice palm trees and coconuts. Oh, the coconuts rolling on the ground. Oh, that one's just fallen. Some kind of a scripted coconut thing. This is kind of funny, actually, that I ended up making a video like I normally do, only instead of focusing on a random sim, I'm doing a bunch of info hubs. Oh, this is awesome. I'm like really impressed. I mean, sure, it's not like Far Cry 5 level visuals, but this is actually pretty tight. Look at this mesh wave here. It looks so fake, but it also is kind of cool, and you can tell it's a wave too. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I mean, how cool is this, seriously? I mean, you gotta give Linden Labs and all the people who work on creating these things major props. They're working on a platform that's like decades old. I think Second Life's, no, it can't be 20 years old, but it's over a decade old. It's ancient in terms of rendering and everything, and yet like it still looks pretty damn good. They've made so many positive upgrades to the engine stuff. A little Moai there. Yeah, so like I said, I don't normally walk around like I'm doing right now with my avatar. Usually I'll just put my draw distance to maximum and fly up like way above the sim, and then just do an inspection from the air, which is like really easy, and it's crazy. It's like you're a spy satellite. I'm way up there in the sky, and here I am like down here at these lawn chairs. Look at that squirrel. That's pretty hokey. It's an old prim squirrel. That's ancient technology. There's me way the fuck over there. The little pinprick way up in the sky. Yeah, so kind of a cool info hub, but that's not why I'm here. Okay. Map. Who knows, maybe I'll just go to another info hub. But no, seriously, so what I'm looking for on the map is like a sim that's kind of off the beaten path, maybe has one or less avatar dots on it, something that's not an official Linden Labs sim, something that's like privately owned, because I like those better. Rustic country. And then I'm just gonna go there and explore, see what is to be seen. This one is like, this almost meets my qualifications. There's one person on the sim, but it's not filling in with visual data, so I'm just gonna go in blind. Alright, so that was a private sim I don't have access to. There's ways around that, but certainly not gonna do that in a public video. So gonna have to find something else. Whispering Willows, that one just looks so boring, I don't even want to investigate. Oh, here we go, here's a casino. Casino. This is hilarious because online gambling has been like outlawed in Second Life for so long, and people find all these loopholes and stuff. Oh my god, I'm almost tempted to go there just to see what's going on. Look at all these green dots. Let's see how many people are here. 30 people, and probably 15 of those are bots. I wouldn't be surprised. The casino clearly owns this adjacent sim as well. Kind of hilarious. Huh. So this is like a 4 sim development. This looks pretty cool. But I'm still trying to find one in the middle of nowhere. Rainbow Illusion. Alright. Let's see if we can actually go to the sim. Sometimes I'll click right in the middle, sometimes I'll click on the beach, or if I see an interesting structure, I'll click on it. There's actually one person here. That could be the owner of the sim, you just never know. I like how this has several different terrain zones. Like this swampy looking area is. And yay, the permissions aren't like exclusory. Although sometimes you'll get there and then it'll be like some kind of bot will be like, security bot will be like, you're not welcome here, kicking you out of the sim in 5 seconds, and then you get like shot out of the sim. Those are really annoying. This sim actually looks fantastic. What's this? Tenant. So this could be some kind of a quote-unquote developer sim where like somebody tries to like create like a rental property. I know it's like the most bizarre concept ever, that people actually like virtual property in virtual worlds to live in with their virtual avatars. But this is beautiful. This is high quality for Second Life. High quality assets. Like this tree looks pretty good. I mean, these trees aren't that far away from what you see in like AAA titles like Far Cry 5. This log cabin's like a fairly high quality 3D build. I mean, it's got some minor flaws, but nothing like unforgivable or whatnot. So here I'm in this random sim, like breaking into some random person's house, or if it's just a rental and it's not rented, then it's just like a open house. There's like nobody around, like lights are on but nobody's home. You just like break into their house and check out all their stuff. This is like my absolute favorite thing to do in Second Life. It's just so much fun. And I'm really liking the art quality. Like, wow, that's some good materials work there on that leather. I forgot what they call those. Yeah, high quality assets inside. Really high quality. This is obviously like a prefab. Like somebody is selling this on the marketplace with like 99% of these things, maybe even 100% of these things already like included within the structure. In fact, I could probably find this. I wonder what that is. Looks like a teleportation spot. Oh, it is. No destinations available. So yeah, like Second Life is like the coolest art gallery of all time. You get to see the art in 3D and 2D. Most of these things are probably modeled on real world stuff. That's a beautiful stove build. Posed counter. Don't know what that means. Some kind of esoteric Second Life mumbo jumbo. I'm doing that weird thing where I'm walking my avatar around instead of just being an eye in the sky. It adds to the immersion. I kind of have fun just wandering around in houses, things that are built for avatars. Looks like aside from this base model and the base items, there isn't really anything here other than, you know, a bunch of decorations inside. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the world who would like kill to actually live in a house like this. But in real life. But in Second Life it's not all that exciting. So I think I've basically toured the whole house, and I'm just gonna go outside and see what there is to see. I really hate contemporary log cabins. They disgust me because they're so like faux authentic. So normally I just cannot stand this architectural style. But it's a decent build, so that sort of made me feel a little less biased towards it. So the person who built this did a lot of work, not just dropping in a house and working on all this picturesque terrain stuff, but they walled off everything with big stone blocks, and then they created like this archway transitioning between the areas. Yeah, this is totally a real estate development zone. I can totally feel it. This is like when you in real life when you go into one of those new Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm just on a really slow internet connection comparatively to like what you would have in a civilized world. So unfortunately, the dueling bandwidth requirements of Second Life, which are by no means small, first, and the uploading bandwidth requirement of the streaming is just they're not having a good time together. So this is the result, is that my stream keeps kind of choking when I'm loading too much data. So I apologize for that. Oh my god. I saw this on Pinterest just the other day. I can't say I'm displeased with the sentiment. These are pretty nice books. So this almost looks like somebody was dropping a bunch of stuff, resing it out in their house to decorate. Who knows if that was the developer, whenever I say that word it's in big quotes, or if it was somebody who rented this place. Who knows? But it's obvious it's still a work in progress. These are nice cactuses. You can just click on these when you're in first person view, and they'll usually, if they're interactive, they'll open or whatnot. This is a lot of prims, or I should say just land impact. It's a lot of land impact to have this many like high definition assets. Oh, look at this food. Man, I'm just loving this stuff. These plants are just top tier. Beautiful assets. This is like AAA quality. Yeah, here's one of the coolest things that I haven't really mentioned until now, but you can just right click on these and go to object properties, and then you can find out who created the asset. You can click on them and get their details. So the Hive store. This could be the developer or the person who's renting the property or whatever, but that's just a really cool feature. I can't believe it. This like virtual food is actually making me hungry. This is an incredibly detailed, like nachos supreme with jalapenos, and it's not even fully rezzed. It's like still rezzing. You would never see an asset this detailed in any game that you would buy like off the shelf. This is unique to Second Life. Like, you literally just do not see this level of detail and quality. Whoa, grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup with basil. I'm so hungry. Guacamole. Don't know what those little red dots are. Corn. Wow, look at the braiding work on the husks. Oh my god, that's like incredible. Yeah, I want to find out who did these food assets, because these are mind-blowing. These popovers. Probably the same person. No? Noelle Bunny? Never heard of her. 8 years old. Wow, that's a long time in Second Life. But it shows. That's some mind-blowing artwork there. Looks like there's some cooking in progress happening here. I got about 3 more minutes until I have to call this live stream quits. But I hope you are as impressed as I was. Oh, look at this little mini herb garden. This is cool. This looks like cilantro or parsley. This is what? It's kind of like lavender, but I'm not. Sage or thyme? Maybe sage. Oh wait, it says right on there. Rosemary. Well, basil. Give you a C+ for the accuracy there. That's cool. You can see inside. Parsley, rosemary. That's like a. Gonna give you a D on that one. Sorry. Wow, these are cool. Yeah, so Dust Bunny's the brand of the making all these incredible food and home-based assets. Yeah, you can make like 6 figures if if you're that good and you spend this much time working in assets in Second Life. It says someone who's that talented of an artist and that dedicated to put this stuff into Second Life deserves a 6-figure salary. Yep, so nothing going on in here. It's just an empty house. I thought there'd be at least 1 or 2 more rooms. But yeah, somebody's just still developing this project. I wonder how long they spend on average, like, populating these houses with stuff. So yeah, if you want to go to this particular sim, it's let's see, what is it? Name. Is that the owner? Hello Gorgeous is group owned. The sim is called Rainbow Illusions. Normally I'd put like a link down in the description box, like an SL URL, but can't actually do that in a live stream as far as I know. Yeah, here's kind of a cool thing. You see these yellow lines where it's telling you I can't go past here, only members of a certain group. So that's true that my avatar can't physically walk past that line, but my camera is completely immune to that restriction, so I can just eye in the sky right across the street, and I'm right inside this privately owned group house, and I can inspect things just as efficiently and completely as if my avatar was actually in there. So yeah, I got 4:15, and I have to call the live stream quits for today, but I had fun. I want to do this more. This is totally one of my favorite things to do in Second Life, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good weekend, guys.